In this video, I'll show you how to load your SoundBank from Wwise into Unreal and play a sound using an AkAmbientSound Actor. We want to start with a clean project using a third-person game template. If you don't know how to do this, check out my first video on implementing Wwise into Unreal. In Wwise, we're going to import a sound asset. I've created a wind loop for this exercise. I'll include a download link in the video description. Drag and drop the sound file into the actor mixer hierarchy under the default work unit. The default settings should be fine. Click Import. Select the wind loop, look across to the sound general settings and tick the checkbox to loop the sound. Hit the play button in the transport control to hear the sound and check that it's looping correctly. Next, in the event viewer, right-click to create a new event. I mentioned in my last video, you can think of an event in Wwise a little bit like a sound cue in Unreal. Choose the play option. I'm going to call the event Ambience Wind Loop. You cannot use spaces in the event name, and it's good practice to avoid using spaces in all file naming conventions when working with game audio. Hit OK, and now we're looking at the event editor. Drag our wind loop asset and drop it onto the event target field, which is highlighted red as it's currently empty. What we've done so far is create an event in Wwise that Unreal can target with a game call to play the wind loop sound file. The next thing we need to do is create a SoundBank. At the top of the screen, select Layouts, SoundBank, or you can hit F7 on your keyboard. Select New to create a new SoundBank. Give your SoundBank a name, remember not using any spaces. Now we need to add our event to the SoundBank. From the event viewer on the left side, drag and drop the ambience wind loop into the SoundBank editor. Finally, we must generate our SoundBank. You have some options here, but for this project, we'll just click Generate All. Now head over to Unreal Engine. The first thing we need to do is create an AudioKinetic SoundBank file in the content browser. I've created a folder which I've called Audio to store my assets. Go ahead and do the same if you want. If you're unable to see this panel, click this button here. Right-click in the content browser, browse the AudioKinetic menu and choose AudioKinetic Bank. We need to give this file the exact same name as the SoundBank that we created in Wwise, so either type it out carefully or copy and paste from Wwise to be absolutely sure. And that's it for the SoundBank. Now look to the Wwise picker and locate the ambient wind loop event that we created in Wwise. Drag and drop this into the content browser. We want to play our wind loop in the level, so for this we'll need an AkAmbientSound Actor. Look to the actor browser in the upper left part of the screen. Select to view all classes, then drag and drop an AkAmbientSound into your level. Remember, you have to use the actor class with an AK prefix in order to call the event from Wwise. With the AkAmbientSound selected, across to the right side we can view the details panel. Here we see a drop-down box where we'll find our AK audio event which we imported earlier. Go ahead and select our event, or drag it across from the content browser. We're ready to test our sound. In order to do so, we need to generate the sound data using this button here in the Wwise picker. You'll need to generate the sound each time you make any changes in Wwise before they'll take effect in Unreal. Go ahead and generate the sound data. Click Generate again. And you see in the bottom right hand corner we get this error message. The reason for this is that we need to tell our Wwise event which SoundBank it should be playing from, in this case our main SoundBank. Double click the ambience wind loop event and select the SoundBank from the drop down menu. Generate again, and this time you should be successful. Let's give it a go. But we're still not getting any sound. The reason for this is simple but easy to forget. Make sure you have your AkAmbientSound selected, look to the details panel on the right side, and here under the AkAmbientSound heading, we must select Auto Post. And now it works. That's it for this video. In my next video, we'll take a look at some Wwise blueprint functions and set up a collision to play a sound when the player shoots a game object.